go. Good afternoon today. Welcome to another empowering edition of the Vibe Live or Hexalog. The Vibe that stands for Women Inspire, Build, and Enhance is a platform dedicated to fostering women's excellence. It brings together women doctors from diverse specialties to share knowledge, leadership experiences, and personal journeys that inspire growth and collaboration. The fundamental pillars that form the vibe are physical well being, mental health, financial wisdom, and professional excellence. Through various initiatives, the vibe strives to build a strong community of women professionals who uplift each other and redefine this landscape of healthcare leadership. Ritu Johari, consultant dermatologist and metabolic expert practicing in the western suburbs of Mumbai. I'm indeed privileged to have a unique, diverse background with a decade and a half spent in pharma industry, and now, since last half a decade, treating diabetes, thyroid, and obesity on the clinical side. Besides the two clinics, I enjoyed my past learnings at the pharmaceutical era as a co-founder of RFIC, which is a medical marketing agency. But what brings me the most pleasure in sharing with all of you is the introduction of this exclusive initiative, The Vibe, which is one of its kind platform that targets fostering women excellence. Proud to be a founder of this. With that, let me introduce you to our team Vibe. Lotika.
Hi, I am Dr. Lotika Purohit, a diabetologist and a lifestyle medicine physician practicing in Colaba, Mumbai for the last 3 decades. Besides this, I also am a visiting faculty at JJ Group of Hospitals, and I'm a mother to an artist and an entrepreneur, and a partner to the sugar doctor, which is my husband. He's more popularly known as the sugar doctor. But what gives me happiness is the happy faces when patients come back with blood sugar levels controlled or metabolically all right. So that is part of the, and I'm so happy to be part of this initiative where we speak about women physicians and their challenges. Now I hand over to Dr. Kavita Rane.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Kavita Rane. I have been a diabetologist practicing at Chembur for the past 15 plus years. I am the founder and CEO of Diabetes Total, which is my clinic, which deals with type 2 diabetes and obesity at Rane Hospital, Apollo Spectra Hospital in Deonar, and Inlax General Charitable Hospital. To talk about what I love painting, drawing, abstract art. I love to visit art galleries. I love travel, photography. And I also love EDM music. I love to play golf. And I'm so excited to be here and to be speaking with you, ma'am, and with all my founders. And one of them is even traveling. So I love that about all of us. So over to Dr. Pranjali.
Pranjali, unmute yourself. I think Rukaiya can go because she's.
Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Dr. Pranjali is in the mountains, so her
she's...
network is a little bit shaky. So let's go on to Dr. Rukia. We can come back to Dr.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon and welcome here today. I'm Dr. Rukia Surya Sheikh. I'm a diabetes, thyroid, and obesity specialist practicing in Mulund, Mumbai for the last decade and a half. And in these years, I have realized managing sugar levels is often simpler than managing life levels. So when I'm not in clinic, usually you'll find me working out. I love playing carom and also good company and great conversation that make you think and laugh. And lately, I have started painting. It's my way of adding a little color and calm to the chaos of daily life. I'm really excited to be here today among such inspiring women in medicine to learn, to share, and grow together. Thank you so much, ma'am. And over to you, Pranjali.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon,
Pranjali, please
everyone.
unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I'm so sorry. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Pranjali Shah, Director and Chief Diabetologist from App Diabetes Clinic, Mulund, Mumbai. I love treating young diabetic patients, help them live longer and stronger. But if you don't find me in my clinic, you will see me traveling, hiking. So right now also I'm in Uttarakhand and sending a lot of positive vibes to all of you. Uh, Farming, so those are my hobbies, and lovely connecting you, ma'am, once again. Over to you, Dr. Ritu.
Thank you so much. So, we really feel that every time we like to bring in something special for you, and this is our 11th episode. And who better than a dynamite to feature in today? So, our theme, The Pathbreaker, a woman who rewrote the rules of endocrinology, talks of someone who exudes science with grace, calm, and unmatched passion. That's true leadership. And that's Dr. Sarita Bajaj for us. An honor indeed to have you with us, ma'am. A woman who truly leads by example, a constant source of inspiration, and a true role model for all women in today's era. Welcome, ma'am. Any quick words from you for us?
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, Ritu, Lotika, Kavita, Rukeya, and Pranjali. It's an absolute honor to be here and to express my thoughts on endocrinology, medicine, life, and how to take things forward in the best possible way.
Super. Thank you so much, ma'am. And just to take the honor of introducing ma'am, while ma'am does not need any introduction, but I would like to speak a few words about her. Madam is consultant endocrinologist, former director, professor, and head of medicine at the MLN Medical College, Prayagraj. She's the founder president of the South Asian Federation of Endocrine Societies, which is called as SAFES, 2013 to 2015. She's been the president of Indian Thyroid Society, the president of RSSDI, or should I say the only female president of RSSDI, the president of Endocrine Society of India, the editor-in-chief for the ESI Manual of Endocrinology, the first two editions. There's also been a Professor Sarita Bajaj oration, which has been established right since 2018, which is a big honor for our trailblazer ma'am here. She's also received Lifetime Achievement Awards for outstanding services, be it diabetes, be it metabolic disorders, or be it empowering physicians in international practice for advanced diabetes care. And also from the Uttar Pradesh Diabetes Association. She's also received the Hilo Diabetes Academia Legacy Award, has delivered several prestigious orations, and has established the Diabetes Education Foundation for Prayagraj in 2001. Her areas of interest are thyroidology, diabetes, and of course, growth disorders. And her publications, to name few, but those go in 200s and 300s. She's also the editor and chief of several esteemed journals. So with that, and without any further ado, welcome ma'am to the Vibe Live. And over to you, Lotika, for the first segment.
Thank you, Ritu. Ma'am, it is such a great pleasure to have you with us today on the Vibe Live. We all know Dr. Sarita Bajaj. I mean, I've been fortunate to know you for several decades. But today we wish to find what is the making of the Dr. Sarita Bajaj. This segment intends to find out where you got the conviction and where that met the courage. So you chose endocrinology at a time when the specialty had hardly any women, or maybe even there weren't any women. Yet you find your space. And what drew you to this field, and what gave you the courage to stay on and thrive in this field?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ritu, for the kind words and the questions that I'm going to be facing, which is going to be a real privilege, and for the lovely, lovely words. So I think let me start as to how I became involved in endocrinology. I believe in the lines of the hand a lot.
Okay.
So, Lotika, remember when you asked me why do you want to do it on the 24th?
Yes, ma'am.
So today is also my husband's birthday.
That's so nice.
That is why I chose this day, so that he can also listen to what I'm saying from above there. We
Oh,
lost him in
that
COVID.
is,
And
yes.
I mean, a person whom I really looked up to and I wanted to emulate. So he was a master dermatologist. I mean, I think the best in the specialty, not only as a doctor, but a person, human being, you know, just loved by all. So I said, okay, I had done medicine. I had finished my MD medicine quite some time back. But in those days, I'm sure that question will also come up. Being a physician was not easy. In fact, believe it or not, one of my, of course, mentors, the professors in our department, I went to him and I asked him, sir, I'm not getting anywhere. I'd already joined the medical college right from the very beginning. It was a bit arduous because there was no vacancy in Motilal Nehru Medical College, Prayagraj.
Okay.
So I joined in Meerut. LLRM Medical Lala Lajpat Rai Medical College, Meerut. So first of all, I joined there, completed almost a gestation period there. 9 months I had to stay there without my family till I was transferred back to Allahabad. So I had already joined the medical college and we were allowed practice during that time. But private practice for a physician, again, not doing well. College, yes, doing very well. So I said, let me sing. So my husband knew this palmist, very, very famous palmist, Bajpayee ji. उन्होंने बेगम अख्तर का भी हाथ देखा था, इंदिरा गांधी जी का भी हाथ देखा हुआ था. He was so well known. And he was like a family friend. One of my husband's very senior colleagues, ke wo father the. So whenever I used to go to him, my husband used to say, nahi, wo to imli ke ped pe chadha dete hain. I mean, like, don't believe anything he says. Then he said, you will specialize. I said, which specialty? Please tell me, please tell me. He said, no, it is something above the diaphragm and below the diaphragm. I mean, itna wo bata dete, itna batate rehte the. And then when I saw nothing coming, I said, kuch nahi ho raha. I got this opportunity to do a 3 months fellowship in endocrinology in All India Institute. After doing that, I made up my mind, nothing doing, I'm going to do endocrinology and nothing but endocrinology. So that is how I set my heart to doing it. So that is the beginning of a long road.
No, it's fantastic because I know endocrine, maybe several decades ago, there weren't any facility. Of course, I knew Dr. Shanti Shahani was there in Bombay. She was our professor, but otherwise, I don't think they were hugged. And of course, Dr. Neilani, madam. But madam, see, based in Allahabad for much of your career, when travel and connectivity was not so easy, how did you manage all these academic engagements, the national presence? Because I remember seeing you always at our national events, or very calm, composed, and yet you knew your subject. You had a very great knowledge of the subject and leadership responsibilities. How did you manage all this?
You know, it was a standing joke in those days. One of my colleagues used to say, Madam, aapke liye to mere khayal wo aapki seat reserved rehti hai train mein. Because we had two parallel, they're still running, of course. But now it's much easier to catch a flight, irrespective of the train. So there are two parallel trains from Delhi to Prayagraj, Prayagraj, Delhi. So they start at a similar-ish time around 9:30 p.m. and they reach about 7 a.m. So it's very convenient. So, I mean, you don't get lost on the way. You can get off and get on at one station. So I'm just saying, it was like they used to say, nahi, aapka to dabba reserved hai, aapka seat bhi reserved. But then I have traveled long distances. Like I remember it used to take 9 hours. I've been to Bareilly for a conference. Apart from the train, flights were rare. And Allahabad was not on the flight map at that time.
That's
and
true.
the roads, the good, the bad, the ugly, potholes. Now the roads, of course, are getting better. Thanks to our current leadership in politics.
Yes, that's
but,
right.
in those days, but yes, I think when you're young, you're more willing to adventure, right?
That is
and then I
true.
think that grows on. And maybe that's how I would look at it.
That is true. Madam, looking back at your years in AIMS and then building your work in Allahabad, as it was called then, what moments or what mentors most shaped your identity as a clinician, as a teacher?
So I would like to especially pay homage to my guide in medicine, who was the head of the department, Dr. B.L. Agarwal, who was a master clinician, all bedside manners. And in those days, of course, there was a lot of knowledge already available. But the ability to teach and impart that knowledge, I think everybody is not able to have that.
Yes,
So it's
that's right.
excellent. And there was never any, bone of contention between number one, number two in the department. They just, it was so harmonious. So an excellent department with great teachers, good learning, and exposure to all the possible diseases that you would like to have exposure to in medicine. As an undergrad also, regular teaching, attendance, exams, everything on time.
Oh, yes.
And because we did not have the NEET exam in those days, so I had already made up. And in fact, interestingly enough, I was keen to become a pediatrician initially.
Okay.
And then, but one of my very dear colleagues, she said to me, "That's a veterinary science. No, you have to do medicine," because she was going to do medicine. So you know how you just follow your leaders.
The peer group and peer pressure, I think, is something which is always, maybe it leads us along the path, because whatever our friends choose, we choose to go along with that, and along the way we learn and live our lives. So that is very nice, madam.
She said, I'm doing medicine, you will also do medicine. So I followed her blindly. She did DM in gastroenterology from Mains. So I followed her. I said, "No, I will also do it." Like, of course, that time already I had I will also do DM. Now, in endocrinology, I was lucky to be able to interact. Dr. Ahuja had started the department.
Yes.
But he had retired by then, Dr. MMS Ahuja. And he had become an area. There was a fellowship at that time. So I was very, very lucky that when I was there, he was also in the department. So I had him as a teacher. I had Dr. Amini. You were talking women endocrinologists. She was the first woman endocrinologist from PGI Chandigarh.
Okay.
So yes, she was there at that time. And Dr. Kochupille. All three
Dr. Kochupille, even I remember. We had done we had come, I remember, AIMS to do a 3-day program in diabetes, and he was just so focused on the subject, and yes, that's very nice, interesting. So, madam, now we move on to Dr. Kavita Rane. She will ask you the next segment. Kavita.
Oh, good afternoon, ma'am. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Lotika. So, ma'am, this next segment is about leadership, making history with quiet strength. So, you are an amazing a combination of calm and strength, and this segment will focus on influence beyond titles. So, ma'am, you became the only woman president of RSSDI in its 53 years of history. So that's a remarkable milestone. What did that moment represent for you personally?
I brought something to show you. Actually, I'm not sure if it will be visible. Can you see this? I'm not sure it's very clearly visible. This is
the degree.
It's a receipt. Received with thanks from Dr. Sarita Bajaj, PG Department of Medicine, SRN Hospital, Allahabad. For membership of RSSD and Diabetes Bulletin. It is signed by Dr. MMS Ahuja.
Oh,
this is 1990.
Oh,
this also tells you the year when I had joined. The first thing I did, I became a member of RSSD. It's a privilege to still have it with me. It's signed by Dr. MMS Ahuja. Can you believe that?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. That's
Yeah.
really very nice.
Fantastic.
And because it was his everything, it was, I mean, his baby, his whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it, RSSTI
Yeah.
was his, right? So I said, no, let me see, okay. And in those days, everything was very congenial. We didn't have to contest. Fortunately, it used to happen by default, you just applied, not too many applicants. So I got into it as a member. Then I continued for almost 15 years. And whenever anybody requested that, look, I'm senior, I have waited for so long to become a president. So it was all very, comfortably done. So I waited till my turn, and then I slowly go up the rank. And that's why I was lucky to become president. Dr. Mohan was just before me, and I think Dr. Arvind. These were the two presidents who had just
Wow.
preceded me. So, I mean, we had such wonderful people, human beings, whom it was a pleasure to be with and interact with, who to guide you and to take you forward. So I never looked upon it as anything great. Yes, it was nice to be president, the helm of the affairs, but it was worth every minute of it.
Thank you. Definitely, ma'am. What you're saying, leadership often demands visibility, resilience, and credibility, especially for women coming from non-metro city centers. So, what challenges did you face, and how did you navigate them with such consistency and dignity?
I think, of course, surrounded by men all the time because I was the only one. But I had already started joining the other societies, the Endocrine Society of India, the Indian Thyroid Society, Indian Society for Pediatric and Adolescent Endocrinology. I thought Diabetic Foot Society of India. I mean, there were so many. And then in 2013, I was the founder president. We started off in Colombo, South Asian Federation of Endocrine Societies, SAFES. So slowly, when you get involved in the societies, then your vision improves. You want to do things. You see the work that is being done around you, and it really opens vistas. It makes a lot of difference.
Correct, correct. Totally, ma'am. And then we move on to this next question, which says you're known not just for your intellect, but also for your impeccable presence, always composed, graceful, and confident. So, ma'am, do you believe how we show up matters as much as what we say in leadership?
Why not? Why not? I think we should look our best at all times. This is my belief, and for sure, it gives you a confidence from within, and of course, it makes you want to carry on the work all the better.
For sure, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'd like to move on to the next segment. That's by Dr. Ritu.
Thank you.
Super, ma'am. And I always, whenever I see you, I think you are one of the most well dressed, elegant women in the town. And I feel so nice because, not only does that give me also the chance to look good, but also, propagate that kind of light and energy to the other women around and make them feel nice. And I always get these compliments from patients also that, ma'am, looking at you, we really feel positive. So I guess that's truly a very strong message that showing up in the way that we can best represent ourselves not only makes us feel positive but also passes on that positivity to the onlookers. So thank you, ma'am, for inspiring us always, for being the graceful one. So with that, ma'am, I move on to my segment, which is link between metabolism in women and the professionalism. So, ma'am, we know that women face the constant dilemma of the metabolic roller coaster, whether it's the hormonal mix-ups or the hormonal ups and downs against the career aspirations that we have. And, we obviously know that because of all these hormonal dilemmas, there are a lot of times that career may take a setback or people do need to take at least a halt whenever they are pregnant or whenever they are going through certain events in their family. So this segment basically talks about this aspect. So while diabetes is on a rampage nowadays, in which we speak about constantly, it is just one of the parameters under the umbrella of the metabolic syndrome. What other hormonal disorders, ma'am, are commonly seen in women?
See, Ritu, the one that we are now talking and really talking and taking action about is obesity. Agreed? So, which is the root cause of metabolic syndrome or metabolic disorders, which we were not able to address earlier. And the same basket will come PCOS.
Yes.
Another very important women's health related issue. And because we are associating with obesity, metabolic syndrome, metabolic dysfunction, associated fatty liver disease, right?
Right.
So all these three are extremely, of course, diabetes you've already said. So all these three are extremely relevant from the women's perspective. Thyroid disorders, most commonest is hypothyroidism, again more common in women. Short stature, yes. I think now there, of course, people do worry about their boys being short, but even girls are now, parents are worried about, I'm happy to say. Hirsutism is something that we see quite commonly. Hyperprolactinemia, prolactinomas, acromegaly is rare. And then because of the like the burgeoning of investigations, an ultrasound is being done left, right, and center. So we come across incidentalomas, especially adrenal incidentalomas, hypo and hyperparathyroidism. Then women coming for hormonal evaluation for menstrual irregularity, amenorrhea, infertility. Quite often we see Turner syndrome also, in the context of short stature, and amenorrhea.
Right, ma'am.
I go by the dictum, however, common diseases occur commonly and rare diseases rarely.
Very well said, ma'am. And I think I agree with you totally that, we should be happy that women are also given, like that identification that, yes, if they have a short stature, that could be a problem. Or, identifying today that, all of this like PCOS. Earlier, people used to not talk about it, but now girls themselves come up to us and say, ma'am, I have PCOS. So it's a good thing to be aware as a woman that what is it that I'm going through and what is it that I need to do about it as well. And I guess I'll definitely like to highlight that obesity is, of course, the mother of everything, where all of these things are then stemming up from. Thank you so much, ma'am, for bringing that up. To my next question, ma'am, we still feel, even though we have evolved for so many years, gender bias exists in our practice when it comes to healthcare. When we see the same family, man and woman, both husband and wife are our patients, we feel the man will frequently come and seek healthcare help as compared to the woman. That will be less frequency amount of follow-ups. Do you think that this is a different case based on urban rural setup, or are there any influencing factors, or is it just that women do not care for their health enough? What is your take on this?
Ritu, there's no doubt about it. I like that book, and I think I can quote it as well as far as the title is concerned, that men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Our communication styles are different, our emotional needs are different. There's no doubt about it. And especially, I think we are brought up to, not very happy saying it, maybe take a back seat. And we are taught to take care of whether it's brothers, whether it's fathers, whether it's a family, whichever, whoever you want to include in that. So I don't think that's bad that you're taught to take care of others first. But nevertheless, neglecting yourself as a woman or as an individual, maybe not just as a woman. I think all individuals need to take care of themselves first before they can take care of anyone else. So I think if that is that message is brought home, and that is what we are trained to do, then perhaps we would, or women would be able to do it better. But it's just the way I think they're brought up or their social upbringing. But I agree with you. There is some discrepancy, of course. Yeah.
Wonderful. Really, that brings me to the take home that, of course, we are wired to be the caregivers and to prioritize, the others. But I would like to say, like you mentioned, the analogy that, in the plane also they say, पहले अपना mask secure कीजिए, फिर दोबारा आप दूसरे को देखें, even for the kids. And I think the same way when we say the building, the foundation is what is going to decide the health of the building. I guess that's what it means to be a woman, that if you are strong, your entire family is strong, whether it's your husband, it's your kids, and, the extended family as well. Thank you so much. Brilliantly answered, ma'am. The last question from my side, ma'am. Did you ever experience gender discrimination during your life tenure, maybe your young age, your college days? Can you please state any one experience, how you handled it, and how did you overcome it?
It's a similar experience across board. Because see, when I say, we never say bachi, we say bacha, we say bache usually, isn't it?
Yes.
So the word, from my understanding, but if I ask somebody, aapke kitne bacche hain, I would understand that's a plural word. It's not a sex related question.
Yeah.
But invariably, I get an answer as to only about counting the number of boys.
Oh,
which is very, very disappointing. So I think that discrimination, I think that needs to go away. We have to count children as children, isn't it?
That's so true.
Sometimes I wonder, am I not asking the right question? But that's what I would think. We never say kitne bacha hai, kitna bachi hai. We always say as a plural, isn't it?
That's so true.
I think there is something still missing. So we need to be, I don't know how to go about correcting that. But I don't take it nicely. I'm sorry to say that, but I really don't take it as a woman. I don't know. I do feel very uncomfortable when I get that sort of answer. So, and there's really no way you can correct it if the belief is that strong, isn't it? But I wish that would change. I think that's very important for us to be all inclusive, isn't it? Yeah.
Very good. And ma'am, I think maybe, we can do just our bit by voicing it. And I think that's what you're doing. So I guess that's truly great. Thank you so much for answering the question so well. I would now pass my baton to Rukia for the next segment.
It's been so wonderful hearing you and, coming with a huge experience that you have. And you are reminding us that women's health and the professional life, they are all deeply connected. And, when we take care of the metabolism, hormones, biases, and ambitions, they all exist together. They are not individually there. They are also awareness about it is very important. And that is the only way to empower it. So, ma'am, as we move forward, we shift our focus from systems to your stories, from science to the wisdom that we have in front of us today. So this segment is inviting us to reflect on the balance, the presence, and the vision through your eyes as a leader who has walked the path and shaped it for others as well. So, ma'am, my first question to you is, across the decades of your clinical work, your leadership, and the constant demands that what has helped you to stay balanced physically, emotionally, and mentally?
Okay. I'm a person who's very comfortable with myself. So I can spend time with myself with more than enough work to do. So I think try to learn to live with yourself first, and then you'll feel very comfortable with everybody around you, and to be able to take the way you should interact with people. I feel it makes a lot of difference.
Ma'am, really? So if you're just secure with your own self, you don't try to prove everyone anything. You're just so happy with your own self. So I think spending time with yourself, especially when our lives are so chaotic and also when they're so fast, I think that should really help us change that. And so now, ma'am, we also see that there are many women doctors, they struggle. They struggle quietly with the self-care and the confidence both. So what are these small habits or inner disciplines that has helped you sustain excellence with grace?
So I feel that every little thing that you do, you should take into attention. All those tiny details are very important. And once you take care of that, then the bigger things will fall into place. So you can't jump and do some big project, without making sure that the little ones are tidy. And then it's a streamlined on its own. Do follow a routine, and you have to have a certain discipline with a certain strictness with yourself if you're going to maybe get things going along the path that you wanted to go along to. I am very organized, which I'm not sure. I think it's a good thing. And I love to organize, micromanage. And for me, everything has to be just right. It's like the Goldilocks story. It can't be too hot. It can't be too cold. That porridge has to be just right. So I think if you're fastidious, if you're particular, I think to the point of maybe troubling yourself, hopefully not anybody else, then I think maybe that's my key to success.
Ma'am, in today's generation, you really think self-care is overrated? Because the Gen Zs are very different from the bloomers and the millennials who have lived for others. And now the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas are all about themselves. So you think this self-care is overrated, or we should get inspired by them?
No, I think I've emphasized all along. Self-care first, and then care of anybody or anything else. So, because otherwise you're not going to be able to physically or mentally be strong enough to do so.
Right. Great. So, ma'am, you have seen endocrinology evolve over time. So, what is your vision for the future of diabetes care, especially for women patients and with that, even women physicians?
It's bright, but it needs beautification. Maybe that sounds a bit paradoxical. See, because there is so much continuous bombardment of information these days. There's so much, the half-truths, the myths. So sifting that chaff from the grain is a very fastidious and very difficult task. But if you want to garnish, to reinforce, to strengthen it, I think that is what you need to be doing. You're not going to be able to move forward. You'll be stuck in the, what you call, dal-dal, isn't it? So to get out of it, you have to be able to choose as to what is right, what is wrong, and where you need to put a full stop.
Ma'am, that is so beautifully answered. So, ma'am, do you think that these platforms like Vibe, are they able to contribute to the larger purpose of uplifting women professionals? And what was your thought, when we invited you for this meeting? So you thought we are able to beautify it, or you still think it's the same old?
No, I think, I thought it was so enlightening, such a platform. And I actually looked into this hexagon and what does the number 6 represent. I was fascinated.
Oh, and,
wow. I'm not sure whether using it as an acronym, the Vibe, or does it have a meaning? So I tried to look that up as well.
Okay.
And interestingly, the number 6 in Hindu mythology is seen as a powerful and meaningful symbol, because it represents the 6 chakras or energy centers. So this represents harmony, balance, divine connection. So that's what you are. That's what we all are. I think I'm part of that 6 if you want to include.
Yes, you're today a part of the 6. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so that completes the chakra. And even the 6 seasons in the calendar, which reflect the cycle of time and life. So I think the number 6 you have chosen very, very wisely, very wisely.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
And even that, I found out that the name, the WIBE, vibe, is actually a fascinating example of a name which has a deep historical roots and a rich cultural backdrop. So it not only highlights a legacy intertwined with familial and societal roles. So I think you have taken so much into consideration. I really admire you for it. Everything you've taken from east to the west to all across, all the seasons, the timing, life, everything you have considered, and it's really admirable. How you came to think about it is mind-blowing,
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, especially, when it comes from you. And today you are completing the vibe for us, by actually spreading your vibe with
Thanks
not
to
just us, but even our viewers. And this just reminds us, that this leadership that we talk about is not about the achievements. It's not about the medals. It's about the alignment, the resilience that you have, and the creating the space for even others to rise along with you. So that's with this, I conclude my segment, and I would like now to go ahead with a special segment by Dr. Pranjali, the rapid fire question.
Thank you.
So once again, hi from Uttarakhand. And ma'am, it was amazing listening to you.
Thank
So
you.
this next segment is we need to shift our gears and it is rapid fire round where you need to be quick, instinctive and honest. So you need to give quickly answers. So ma'am, let's start with the questions. The first question is endocrinologist to you in one word. One word.
I'll be cheating a little. It's 2 words. All encompassing.
Awesome. Leadership to you means
Inspire integrity and unity.
lovely. A habit that kept you grounded.
Direction and dedication.
Perfect. Allahabad to National Munch. One word.
Persistence.
The funniest moment and or experience in your life with patient or anything else.
I think I'll have myself only to answer too. See, not many people are aware, but I have congenital anosmia, which is something very, very difficult to explain to anybody because it's a totally unique experience or something because not being able to smell. But how did I discover it? So when we were children, we were taken to the zoo. I think it's conventional for parents to take children to the zoo. And, when you go to the part where the lions are, so that was their meal time and they were, like clearly tearing into the flesh of the animal that they had been given. So, and everybody, like blocking their noses, smelling. I just couldn't make out why everybody's doing that. Then I asked my mother, why are they doing this? She said, because it's smelling bad. So at that point in time, I realized that I have no idea what they're smelling or feeling. It's a feeling that either you have or you don't have. So I'm not sure whether that's funny if you can take it like that. But yes, that was a bit of a learning moment for me.
Oh, lovely, ma'am. So, ma'am, style to you represents?
Poise, grace. It should be a way of life, I feel. So
we really look forward to you, ma'am. Whenever we attend any conference, the way you look, always Ritu, myself, Rukia, we always talk about you, and we see to it that we'll have at least one selfie with you. So that was our moment. So, ma'am, next thing is legacy. How would you like to be remembered?
As an affectionate mentor.
Superb. So that was sharp and sincere, ma'am. And thank you so much for the answers. And over to you, Dr. Rukia.
So, ma'am, today it's Ritu. It's Kavita.
We have Kavita doing the special segment for today. We are launching something new, ma'am. Yeah. Kavita, over to you.
Right?
Thank you, Dr. Pranjali, Dr. Ritu, Dr. Rukia. So, ma'am, today we have this exciting new segment where we are gonna take a few questions from the audience. So, the first one comes from Mr. Ashok Tawde, who's in Thane West, Mumbai. He's asking how to set an endocrine clinic in these competitive times.
Oh, I think you should never ever worry about the competition at all. See, there's a space for everyone on this planet. So, whatever you decide to do, you make your list, sit down, and one by one, you go on tick it. I think these days it's not a hard copy of a list. Everything is in your notebook, in your phone, right? So make a list, prioritize what you need to have first in place, and then go down and tick one by one. I'm sure you will be able to succeed, because once the will is there, then nothing can stop you from doing what you want to do.
That is correct, ma'am. It's so true. Where there's a will, there's a way. So that answers your question. And there's another question by Mr. Hit Gondalia from Ahmedabad. He says, ma'am, at your age, you're so fit, and what's the secret of your glow?
Thank you so much. Very kind of you. I think regularity, whether it's self-care or physical activity, diet. Yes, that's very, very. It's everything is a lifestyle. Whatever you decide to do to maintain yourself, it is lifelong. See, there will always be cheat days in exercise, cheat days in diet. But if every day is going to be a cheat day, then who is responsible for that? Right? So you have to take your own responsibility, like I said, first, and then you will be able to do everything.
Correct. That is very true, ma'am. What you're saying, take responsibility for yourself. That comes under self-worth and self-care, like you were mentioning. So, with that, I'll finish this audience questions because there are too many, and I'd like to conclude with what all of us have learned from this episode of the Vibe Live. So for me,
More
ma'am,
questions, Kavita, there are two more questions.
Oh, one second. Ritu, if you can
you check your
go
WhatsApp?
ahead.
Yeah.
So, one second.
Congratulations for having a special segment. And the 11-11
Thank you so much, ma'am.
it's a शुभ है ना?
हाँ जी मैम, तो हमने सोचा आपके साथ 11-11 पे हम इसको लॉन्च करेंगे क्योंकि
I was getting married on the 11th of December.
Wow.
I was supposed to. My parents had fixed that day, but I said no. For some reason or the other, don't know what was it. So I chose 13th December.
Oh,
okay, ma'am.
okay.
So there's another question, if I can just ask you quickly.
Please.
Today everyone talks about publications. Well, in all clinics, there are too many patients. So, like, what measures do you suggest to aspiring doctors to get published? That's an important question.
I'm sorry, I missed that. You're asking
publications, yes. What measures do you suggest to aspiring doctors to get published? So
to get publications in place. Firstly, you have to have a soft copy of all the data that you are collecting, right? Where most of us are not good at statistics, right? So you need to have a good statistician on board who will guide you as to what are the correct numbers needed to get a publication, depending on what is your project, right? So plan, number one. But to implement it, you need to collect your data under the guidance of either you have a senior or somebody you look up to who already has publication. Everybody's willing to help these days. I've never ever had anybody say a no. You just have to reach out, and you should know who to reach out to. And a statistician is an essential part. So it has to be a teamwork, I'm afraid. These days, we do have medical writers who help. But then, of course, if you're willing to pay for that, there is a charge for that. There's a fee for that. So if you're not able to do that on your own, then you can also take help in that.
Right. And there's one last question, quick question. How do you battle Google wise patients, like Google people who literally read the Google and then come to you and tell you the results of their own issues? How do you battle all that?
मैं तो कहती हूँ झूठ मूठ का चश्मा लगा लो और बाल थोड़े सफेद कर लो. So I think experience is what counts. Experience is what counts, which comes with time. And so you have to deal with all sorts of people. We're also people. We are part of that, isn't it? I don't think we're any different or maybe better or worse. It's not like that. So it's 1:1, right? And patient ke saath direct, and the family. Always make sure there's an attendant, especially with a woman, because it's sometimes, otherwise you do end up explaining again. So be patient, especially with people who have already Googled. You just need to be patient. That's perseverance and patience.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. That's the end of those questions. And moving on to Dr. Rukia for the closing.
Thank you, ma'am. And it has been so wonderful to hear from you these pearls of wisdom, which otherwise I would have not known Dr. Sarita Bajaj as. So it gives me great pleasure and an honor to have known you, know you also from the scientific Dr. Sarita Bajaj, which I'm always listening to from the dais. So this is something what her views are, how she conducts herself, what is her mantra of life, and this is great wisdom. So, ma'am, my ad is that try to learn to be comfortable with yourself. I think that is going to increase. You will feel, you will automatically increase your self-worth. And regularity is most important in anything that you do. You just need to be consistent, even if they are.
Kavita, Dr. Kavita.
If I could request all of you all to give like a standing ovation to ma'am for this amazing episode and to take her time today and give us so much time and our audience so much courage and and sharing her efforts with us. Thank you so much, ma'am. So for the ending, if we could just hold, for a picture for the white.
Learnings. Kavita, we are still to do the learnings from each one.
Okay.
So you're learning
Let's start
for
with
math.
Dr. Rid.
Learning.
For me, I learned where there's a will, there's a way, and it has always been what I strive to do. And thank you so much for sharing that, ma'am, with us, Dr. Ritu.
Pranjali.
Pranjali is frozen. I think we can go ahead with Ritu.
So Ritu, you can.
Yeah. Clearly, yes, you continue to inspire, and I feel, we are like these small mosquitoes who would want to spread this inspiration, biting everybody else in the world. And I feel the learning from you the justice cannot be done by putting it into a word. I will myself want to watch this entire episode all over again to hear the small pointers which you gave us today to be the leaders that you've become today, because truly, yes, leaders are not made in a day and struggles cannot be not looked into. So thank you so much, ma'am, for being that constant source of inspiration. Pranjali.
So for me, it was to be patient, especially whenever you have Google patients are coming. So be patient and take responsibility for yourself and be consistent. So that was an amazing session, ma'am. How much once again. And over to you. Thank you.
So, ma'am, before we end our session, we all get together. We make this, we join our two fingers and we all call it together on the count of 3, be the vibe. Okay. So 1, 2, 3.
Be the vibe.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much once again, ma'am, and truly a standing ovation to all of you, from all of us to you, ma'am. Really. Heartfelt.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ritu, Lautika, Kavita, Pranjali, Rukaiya. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure and an honor. Thank you.